to you all, and welcome to another episode of Wear Many Hats. My name's Rachel, and this is the podcast totally dedicated to the FM, workplace and property industry. Today, I'm very excited to have Christine Schreiber here. She is the Workplace Experience Manager at CBRE. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Did you come from far this afternoon?
Just from our head office on Suffolk Street, so not too far.
I know it well.
The river.
Yeah, lovely offices, very vibrant.
Yeah.
Exciting place to work, it looks.
Lovely place. Always feels so welcoming.
Yes.
You come in, people know you. And that's what you want from an office. So.
Absolutely. Fantastic in there. You've been there a while.
I have.
9 years, 10 months, according to LinkedIn.
Absolutely. But I've gone through different roles within CBRE, so it doesn't seem that long to me. And in my current role, I'm actually only have been there 3 years now.
Okay.
Coming up to 3 years. So I've done different things within CBRE.
And you're going to go talk us through that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Christine. Let's get going then. So let's rewind a bit. Mm-hmm. Where did it all start for you?
Oh, for me, it started a long, long time ago. Back in Germany, where I grew up, was born, was educated. And after I left school, I kind of thought, what do I want to do with my life? And I looked at my big sister at the time, and she had just started working in hotels, started one of these formal apprenticeships we do in Germany. And I liked her lifestyle. So I thought, I'd try that and see how it goes. And 15 years later, I left the hotel industry, had a fabulous time, moved around a lot. Yeah. Obviously, hotel business, very exciting, but also very strenuous, and you don't have a normal social life and all of that. And there comes a point where you actually want to sleep in your own bed at night and not in a hotel bed being on duty.
Yes.
So that point came for me after I already had moved to England and settled in England in the southeast. So I thought the obvious thing for me to do is I love what I do. I don't want to give it up completely. Mm-hmm. Where can I use my skills and my knowledge in a different way? And the corporate world was the obvious place to go. And London was on my doorstep with all the exciting large offices that there were. So I pursued a corporate role, and I've been in corporates now for 25 years.
Wow.
This year, so been around a bit.
Don't fancy going back to hospitality, though. I think it includes it a bit anyway, doesn't it? Your experience,
It does. And you know what? There's still elements I really miss about the hotel industry. It's just the team spirit you had there. You can't find anywhere else. It just can't be matched. The excitement of it.
Yes.
And the pace of it and everything else. Corporate, obviously, is very busy as well. But in a different way.
Yeah.
So, there's still elements I miss about it.
Yeah, of course. But now you're in CBRE.
So 25 years in corporates, the last 10 with CBRE. I've kind of found myself specialising in investment banking and law firms.
Right. Okay.
I worked across the city for many, many years. Before I even joined CBRE. And then when I joined CBRE, I joined, again, an investment bank. I was based on an account, Australian investment bank for 5 years.
Okay.
Initially, and then I moved. And then I thought, actually, I want to try a different industry. Yeah. And that's what keeps workplace for me fresh.
Yes.
Moving into a different industry, because everyone has a slightly different approach and different challenges and demands when it comes to the workplace. So I then moved into education, which was a really exciting role at the time. They wanted to implement a really high 7-star service at the time. So I was brought in to implement that and be part of the mobilization team of their newly refurbished office on the Strand, lovely office. So I did that for about a year and a half.
Nice.
And by then I knew Shane Kellini.
Yes.
My now boss. He asked me to join his team. Which I did about 3 years ago now. And what I now do is what we describe as a subject matter expert.
Yes.
workplace experience. So we are part of the central team for our division, which is FM. And we basically support all of our client sites on anything and everything to do with workplace experience.
That's exciting.
It is. And no day is like the other.
No.
And that is the exciting thing for me. Our contracts are so different as well. Different industry, different clients, different demands, different sizes. We work across the UK as well. So there's a bit of traveling involved around the UK. Not internationally, thankfully. I've done that. I've been there, don't want it anymore.
But UK is just fine.
UK is fine. You can get home most of the time.
Yes.
And that's really exciting. And we do things, it's a difficult role to explain, but we do things like we get involved in the sales process. So we start at the beginning, we work closely with the sales team on any potential new wins. We then help with the mobilization process. We help with the strategy of that contract, so what is needed. I personally do a lot of training with the teams on site. We have a lovely training program which is called Mindset of Excellence, which are run for the division. So by now I think I trained about over 500 people on it across the division. So we do mystery shops, audits, and then work very closely with a variety of suppliers as well. I'm constantly looking out for new suppliers that might help making the workplace
better experience,
or more efficient. I am particularly really interested in the technology as well that can help us. And it's so much variety that keeps it fresh every single day, and I absolutely love it.
Oh, it's so good. I really enjoy it sounds so enjoyable what you do. It's like no day's the same with that sort of.
Exactly.
If you like that sort of thing, then, or if you want something that's quite mundane and very much the same, this isn't the role, is it?
No.
So, I mean, I don't think you knew this, but did you always know you would end up on this path?
No.
Hospitality, I think, was it?
What? I never had. Some people have that plan in their head where they want to get to and what they want to achieve. I only ever had short-term plans. I know when I entered in the hotel industry, my aim was to become a front of house manager, which I eventually did. So that was me. Tick box.
Tick, tick.
Did fine. Move on.
Yes.
But when I actually went into corporates, I didn't have a clear plan, and that was probably because in the early stages I didn't really understand what the options were, and it kind of evolved for me gradually throughout the roles I held. And one thing I've noticed throughout my career in corporates were I was always ever interested and attracted by the roles that seemed difficult. So if a recruitment agent or someone came to me and said, we have this role, but it's a really difficult client and they have such a need for improvement, that hooked me. That was the role I was really interested in. If someone came to me, we have a wonderful office, our service is fabulous, we just need someone to come in and continue as is, not interested.
You want a real challenge.
Absolutely. So that came kind of my theme throughout my career. So I always looked for those difficult roles where I could really make a difference and put my stamp on it and really achieve something and build a team from scratch and a service from scratch. And that's so rewarding if you see the outcome at the end.
Definitely. That's I love to see the finished workspace. Well, I love seeing the buildings before and then after, or during, and then seeing what comes of it at the end. And the workplace has changed so much, hasn't it? Oh my goodness, since especially just before COVID as well, but after COVID, things are so attractive. It has to be, doesn't it? To come in, people are paying a lot of money to travel in. And to come into the office, it's got to be pretty spectacular. I think so. Yeah, definitely.
It has to be.
So who or what gave you that real push in your career? Your sister, I think, was the first bit, wasn't it?
My sister was the inspiration initially who put me on the path of it. And then later on, I think throughout the years, I had some inspiring managers along the way.
Yeah.
Which really kind of challenged me to achieve more than what I thought I could do, or pushed me in directions I didn't think I could do, and challenged me in a positive way, in the right way. And that pushed me along as well.
Yeah.
That really made me want to achieve more and do better, and really, try something new as well, be a bit creative in the workplace as well, and not just copy what other people have done.
Yeah.
That's always my aim. If someone comes to me and just says, "Oh, can you replicate in the past when I was leading teams, or when I was kind of looking after service elements," when someone came to me and said, "Can you just do what I've seen here?" Not interested.
Yeah.
There is always the element of, is it right for here?
Yeah.
Is the audience right for it? Can we do something even better and more suitable for the audience and the environment we have here? That always interested me and hooked me.
Yeah.
So doing something slightly different.
So quite consultative, really. You're absolutely. You have to say, this is how I think. Let's get to the bones of it. What would be right for you? Maybe not this photograph of an office. Yeah,
exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let's chat about what you actually do day to day, and this is where the many hats comes in, I guess. So what does a day in your world actually look like today? What are you up to?
So today I went into our head office quite early. We had a client workshop this morning, which went on for a couple of hours. It's a new client for us, early stages. So we just talk through the possibilities of how their workplace experience could look like, the ins and outs, what kind of service they envisage, and talked about what it's like currently.
Right.
Where are the pinpoints? Where are their challenges at the moment? What can we help them with? What can we improve of? What kind of service do they want in future? What kind of image do they want with it? So, a really in-depth workshop. That's really interesting, getting to the bottom of what someone wants and how they envisage their future could be, and then help them on their way to achieve it.
Do you have to be quite creative, do you think, in your mind? Or is that not really come into it? Is it more getting to the bones of what they want?
I think it's two things you have to have. You have to have the experience of what's out there, what's possible, what the possibilities are, what might work, but you also have to have the knowledge of the people and the industries in a way,
and their
what
culture.
Is suitable, the culture, the office culture, absolutely. And then there is an element of creativity, absolutely. And combining all three of those then usually provides you with an answer, what is the best fit for them.
Yeah, something spectacular. It's quite a lot of elements, and then
everyone wants something spectacular. Absolutely, yeah. And the aim of every client is always to attract more people into the office.
Of course.
That's the bottom line in the end. So making the workplace a destination they want to come to. Yeah. That is the main aim.
Yes. I mean, there's so many lovely, beautiful offices out there now. Yeah. I mean, they're stunning. I remember when I first started, it was just very plain. Very boring, very grey or blue, maybe a bit of red in there. It was very, it wasn't attractive like it is today. I mean, we're in labs, and it looks so comfortable out there, like a living room.
It's fabulous.
Yes.
And I love that different approach to offices now. That is not your typical corporate office. When I first joined, corporate world in the city. I remember the offices were very corporate college.
Yeah.
And the very first one I worked for, I won't name the company. We had the logo literally everyone. We had a fabric wall behind reception with the logos.
Oh, yeah.
We had comfort seating in the reception area with the logo on everything, and then the color scheme to match. And it is so drab.
Too much.
Too much.
Overkill on the logo.
Definitely. What I love about, COVID has made a huge difference, but as you said earlier, it started before already. You could already see a shift from the standard individual office where everyone had their desk, their pedestal, and their little plant and their little rock and whatever you collected. Don't get me wrong, there's certain things I miss about that time.
Same.
Leaving my heels under the desk. I do miss.
Yes, that's it.
You can't do that anymore now.
It's all clear office space.
Absolutely.
You have to book your seat at your desk now. But I quite like that as well, because obviously that's saving on the company, so that because say if they have 400 employees, they're not all in on the same day now.
Of course.
And this is what we were talking about earlier about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday being that main day. We have to make sure that we can cope with that load. And then Mondays and Fridays, maybe we can concentrate on other areas of the business in terms of workplace and FM anyway. And look at the important stuff that we need to do in that quieter moments.
Absolutely. But I think it also opened up so many opportunities as well. You don't sit in the same spot every day. So you get to know so many more people.
That's right.
And mingle with other people you never spoken to before. And you can choose where you want to sit and move around and not just sit at a desk. Actually, I don't spend much time on a desk anymore because I'm constantly on the move and I'm never in one office for a long period of time working away at a desk.
Just put your heels under the desk now. You're moving. You have to carry them with you now.
I have to carry them if I want to wear them now. But I love sitting in like a comfy sofa area with my laptop working away and kind of chatting to different people and observing what's happening. That gives me a much better insight into kind of the office environment and the culture and what works and what doesn't work, especially when I'm on client sites observing. It's
a great way of working.
It's so much better,
I think it opens up the mind a lot more and collaborating with other areas of the business that you probably wouldn't normally if we were all shut when it used to be accounts there, HR there, marketing there. Everybody was it's just in their own. We didn't really get involved, did we? So it is great now.
You had your little bubble and you stayed in it usually.
So it makes me think. So let's talk challenges. What's testing you right now in your role?
Testing, that's a very good way of putting it. I think the biggest challenge is probably trying to read between the lines of what our clients are saying. And not just our clients, but also our teams on site, our contract managers, account managers, whoever you talk to. Especially if they haven't got a soft service workplace experience background. I find it sometimes very difficult to describe how they envisage a workplace to look and feel and what they want it to be. And so you then have to just try and get that information out of them without necessarily them saying it clearly. You have to be able to read between the lines and really get to the bottom of what they want, but also what their audience wants.
Yes, of course.
Because they might have a few, but that might not be what the rest of the office users do want. So you have to kind of try and combine both without stepping on anyone's toe.
Yes, of course.
Negotiating, And
this is your role, isn't it? So it's, and you're experienced enough to do that. So because you're used to it now, aren't you? You've been doing it for 3 and a bit years. So you're getting there.
But I mean, the biggest challenge is, but the biggest joy is human beings.
Yes.
People. That's my main business, dealing with people, trying to understand people better and Yeah, and that's something you never stop learning, and you're constantly coming across new challenges there and new ideas someone might communicate to you, and you know clearly, I don't think this will work, but let's work with it and let's see how we can make it happen for you. And
it's exciting, really. But you like a challenge, so
definitely.
So where do you think the industry's heading, and what excites you in your role now?
What excites me the most is the different way of working in the workplace, and the changes we have seen already throughout the years, and maybe briefly going back to the COVID period. When it first happened, I was quite worried about what would happen to workplace experience. Where are we going from here? Will we recover? What will the office look like? And actually, what has happened is an absolute uplift of the office environment. So that's fantastic to see. But with that comes different expectations. And I think a lot of our clients still struggle with getting people back into the office.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and there is no easy answer to that.
I think it's a shame, though, because like we were saying earlier about collaborating. I mean, I know that I learned what I did from watching my peers and my superiors and what they were doing. And I feel like if you're at home, you lose that. And it's so important. And the networking and getting involved. If people are just working from home, they miss out on that.
They miss out completely. And in essence, or if you think about it really and boil it down to the point, what can the office provide that you can't have at home? It's human interactions.
Correct, yes.
That's what it is. And and if you, for whatever reason, you don't crave that, then it's very difficult to try and get you back into the office more often. There has been now sayings or kind of voices in the industry that there is a drive for companies to dictate people to be 5 days in the office soon. I don't quite believe that, because if too many companies want to force that on their employees now, I think they might be in danger of losing their best talent to other companies, to competitors who keep offering the hybrid. I think
it's attractive.
Absolutely. Hybrid works.
It does.
But we just need to be cleverer about filling the spaces on the Mondays and the Fridays. And there is no easy way. And it has to come from above. There needs to be some departmental team leaders and managers who
are managing those
days, expectations and days, and don't demand everyone to come in on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Have your team meetings on a Monday. Have your team meetings on a Friday, and give them some incentive as well, a little social or something to draw them back into the office on those days.
Yeah, definitely.
And also from a logistical and practical point of view, you have a choice of spaces when you come on a Monday and Friday.
You really do.
Not fighting over the best rooms, or
you can get time to yourself and concentrate as well. If you struggle like me, I think and also travelling in is so much easier.
Absolutely,
but if we could just balance it a little bit better than the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's so funny how we're talking about that, though, that it never used to be like that. It was Monday to Friday in the office.
No choice.
It's funny, isn't it, now that it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
I think that's probably one of our biggest challenges as a workplace professional. They always look at us to make it happen. To get people in on a Monday and Friday, and we can help them with it to a certain degree, but it needs to come from the business.
Yeah, correct.
The push has to come from the business to fill those days and do it in a clever way, and put some emphasis on being the good example.
Yes, definitely.
If you're never in on a Monday and Friday, you can't expect your team to be.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Definitely. So where do you think no, we've done that one. Artificial intelligence, is it a friend or foe of yours in this world? Do you use AI in what you do?
I do. Yes. I'm neither.
Okay.
It differs.
Yes.
It depends on what I do. AI has certainly got its worth. It's certainly got its uses.
Yes.
It speeds up certain processes, absolutely, and can help with it. But there is, and that's what I always say to people, but we have to keep in mind whatever comes out of AI has been said and done before. It will never be new. It will never be a fresh, really creative idea.
Yes.
Only humans can do that.
Yes.
But if it's a repetitive task, if it's a summary, if it's a comparison of documents, those tedious tasks, absolutely, or create a baseline for a document when I have a kind of a block of not knowing how to start. I use it for that. And then I use whatever comes out of Copilot as my baseline for that document. For that, it's great. What I have found recently, and I was quite surprised by this, is AI is really, really bad at formatting. And I spend a lot of time at formatting documents and PowerPoint presentations or transferring information from one format into another. And it can absolutely not do it. And I had a lot of arguments with Copilot around that recently.
Yes. Getting it to do what you want it to do. It's not listening.
It's not listening.
Yes, I sometimes get that. And it can be frustrating and make it a little bit more time consuming when you're trying to... It's like, am I not explaining myself? And I'm sure I just asked you that and you still haven't done it. You know, it's like you're arguing with yourself.
Absolutely. And I find it quite intriguing sometimes. And I don't dare to call it stupid.
No, definitely.
Because that's not in my nature to do to anyone, even not to Copilot. But in the end, that's what you want to tell. Don't be so stupid. That's
no, I say. I just put no. Like, I don't mean that. But like you say, it's fantastic when it comes to I mean, emails and things like that. And it starts to learn who you are as a person and your tone, doesn't it? So I think it's great for things that, and then it frees up that time to do the more personal stuff where you are interacting more.
Absolutely.
So that's your friend then of AI, or AI is a friend of yours, should I say?
Overall, we have become friends.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get there, but we are friends now.
You're getting there. That's brilliant. And ESG, it's a buzzword. Well, I say it's the word now. It's in everything we do, isn't it? What does it really mean to you and your work? Do you get involved in that side of things?
Absolutely. It's so important to our clients and to the workplace these days. And I'm quite excited about it. But if you boil it down to the three elements, environmental issues, I've always been passionate about it. And I come from a culture as well, having grown up in Germany, where recycling, when I was still a child, we already recycled. So that's in my blood.
Same.
And so I find it really exciting how important it is in the workplace now to get it right. And to look at different ways of doing it. The governance, I appreciate it has to be done, but it doesn't excite me.
Yes, same.
But the
social side,
social aspect is a really, really interesting one for me. The social aspect and the humanity in it and everything else. But what sometimes makes me think, and where I sometimes have to cringe, when you join a new company, it's been a while for me now, thankfully. But when you join a new company and that questionnaire comes out where you have to tick or encouraged to tick your box of ethnicity and religion and all of that, that doesn't sit well with me. I think, as a society, as long as we try to put people in boxes, we will never really achieve equality for everyone.
Good way of looking at it,
That's kind of my thinking. And neurodiversity is a big buzzword at the moment, and I'm all for it. But for me, is every person is different,
Yes.
and every person should be treated slightly different. And also, I wish sometimes we had a bit more patience with people in the workplace environment.
Definitely.
It's so good sometimes to write off people because so early in the process because they haven't done something right or not quickly enough or whatever.
Yeah.
And what I have learned throughout the years, having recruited hundreds of workplace people, receptionists, and trained them up and see them develop is some just take a little longer.
Yeah.
But if you put the effort in to mentor and coach and train them well,
nurture,
you get such great results at the end.
I agree.
And sometimes nowadays we don't spend enough time on that. And that breaks my heart when I see someone failing because of it, because of not having the right support.
We had a guest on the show. We did a neurodiversity special. And she spoke exactly about that, is that everybody is different and, you know, everybody works different at different paces. And it would be better if the workplace could just embrace people for who they are and at what level that they come in and nurture. Because we are all different. You're absolutely right. But the social side of it that's probably my favourite part.
Yes.
Getting involved and, you know, and working with people and developing them and watching them grow. And a lot of guests say that's one of their proudest moments, you know, is the teams that they and the people that they create, you know, and watching them grow through their career. I think it's lovely.
Absolutely.
But you do need patience.
You do need a lot of patience, yes.
You do.
Absolutely. You do need that, absolutely. But it's all worth it in the end.
Definitely.
You see the result at the end of it, And if you see people progressing in their career and what they have achieved, and I often looked at LinkedIn and I see names I recognise and they probably worked with in my team as a receptionist 10 years ago and now they are a fully fledged manager and really progressed in their career. And I think, I wish I've been a little part. I hope I've been a little part.
Yes.
And
I'm sure.
It's good to see that.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure when you share the podcast, I bet you hear, because some people do comment, in their LinkedIn posts that you helped me, and it's very nice to see. I like
nice to see.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, do you think the industry is innovating fast enough, or are we still playing catch up?
Innovation is a great thing, but innovation, I think we have to be careful there as well. Innovation for the sake of innovation doesn't sit well with me. If you push people too much to come up with innovation when they have absolutely no bit of creativity in them and they come up with things just for the sake of it because they heard it and they picked it from there and trying to drop it here when it doesn't make sense. That doesn't sit well with me. Innovation is great when it works, when we can adapt it, when it serves a purpose, when it makes either the workplace better, more efficient, or more appealing to people. That's what you're looking for, not just innovation for the sake of innovation. That's when it comes to innovation, you hear a lot of digital solutions and new software thrown in. And I get really frustrated sometimes when I see that, because what good is a new piece of technology that doesn't link in with anything else? I
hear this quite a bit,
and it doesn't
talk to each other.
What's the point of that?
Exactly.
And if you just, for the sake of it, throw it in because it's the cheapest or you heard it's good without thinking about it a bit more carefully and really looking at what can I actually do to use technology in a way that it really, really helps.
And it really be effective.
That it speaks to each other.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
That I actually find the most frustrating thing in the industry, that we're not quite there yet. There's a lot of good technology out there, but there isn't one piece that does it all easily.
Yes, I agree. So we've still got a little way to go.
Definitely.
Even with AI, it's still got a long way.
Definitely.
So looking back, what moment or project are you still proud of today?
I
bet you've had a few.
There have been a few, most definitely. I think in my corporate career, when I was working for a law firm many, many years ago, I was kind of co-heading a service excellence project across the European offices. That was really exciting, trying to up the service levels across all countries and being part of that process. That was incredible. There were many moments. I remember, again, I was working for an investment bank, and we had the early years in my CBRE career. And we had a lot of challenges with the team initially, with the service levels, quite a complex building and setup there. And then there came a point where we got this feedback from, I think it was a senior partner from a law firm, sent this email to our CEO, client CEO, saying that we had the best service ever he's experienced in the city of London.
Wow.
That was a proud moment.
Yes, very much. Very much so, yes.
Yeah, there were many other moments. But we talked about earlier how you influence other people as well, and how you can see them grow. And I know it's the obvious thing, but it's so rewarding when you see that happening. And there were many moments as well when people didn't continue in the workplace experience, as it often happens. They sideline, they go into different industries. One of the places I worked for, it was a standing joke that the client would get all my best people and give them jobs internally. And many of them are still there and have made great careers outside of workplace within that company. And it's a bit of a bummer when it happens.
Yeah, of course.
But it's a huge compliment in a way as well. And seeing them progress in what they are doing now, it's so good to see.
So rewarding.
Yeah.
I love that. So what's something you wish you knew when you were starting out?
Ooh, that's a very good question. There's so many things. And if I look back at my early years and how naive I was back then, is not one thing I think I could point out. But I think the most important thing is trying to understand people's behavior a bit better. I wish I would have been able to do that in the earlier years. And understand why they maybe seem unreasonable in their demands or very demanding or unfriendly at any point, and that it wasn't personal. There's always a story behind it usually when you come across these kind of behaviors. And I think I'm now at a point where I better understand that. But in the early days, when you haven't got that experience, you tend to take it quite personal. And that was a long learning curve. And I wish I'd known that a bit more about that earlier in my career.
Yeah, I did. I used to take criticism and think it was failure. And it isn't, is it? It's trying to develop you and better you. And
totally.
It's so true. And if someone came to you tomorrow saying, I want to do what you do, what would you say to them?
Oh, absolutely. Go for it. Go for it. I had an amazing career and I love what I do. But I think you also have to be, what I would tell them, obviously, would also be patient, take your time. Don't rush the process. Don't rush your development. Don't think, and I had these conversations with people throughout the years, don't think you're a failure if you're not promoted within 2 years' time. Or if you haven't become a manager within 3 years' time, you're not a failure. And it's not for everyone to become a manager and manage teams. That's the toughest thing you will ever face in your career. So, you might not want that.
It's not for everyone.
No. And if you do, be prepared for the hard work and the dedication it takes.
And the patience. This is what we were saying. Yes.
Yeah. But also don't be too hard on yourself. Give yourself time to develop and to gain experience before you go somewhere, and try and experience different places, scenarios, industries, type of offices, different sizes. Put yourself out there to really gain different types of experience.
Yeah.
Don't be too set on progressing in just one company.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if it's a brilliant company, you will miss out on so much.
Yeah.
Don't go out there and experience
have a look.
other things.
Yes, you've even worked in different countries, haven't you? You've over the years, Yeah, it's fabulous. I mean, you're here in London now.
I'm here.
You're not going anywhere.
No, I love it here.
That's lovely. Great bits of advice there to do what you do. So let's switch off from work. What do you like to do outside of your day job?
Outside of my day job, I'm quite a creative person outside of work.
Yes.
So I love to do a bit of painting.
Nice.
I'm very interested in architecture and interior design. I'm constantly repainting my place and refurbishing and having little projects here and there.
Yeah.
Challenging my DIY skills, which are not very good, but
I think it's great.
I'm making friends with tools here and there. Without getting injured too much.
Or destroying everything. Yes.
I love going out in the countryside, walking, and there's just nothing more relaxing than that. Spending time with my little cat. Such amazing creatures. Their personalities are the best. Sorry, dog people.
Yes, sorry, dog people. I love them too.
Dogs too, but cats are simply superior. Sorry.
Yeah, they are.
Out there.
I'm a cat lady as well. Yeah.
Go.
I like how independent they can be, yet needy at the same time.
God, yeah. and their moods and their quirks. It's just amazing. Yeah. So, that's kind of... bit of travel, obviously, jumping back to Germany from time to time. And exploring the world.
Brilliant. You do quite a lot. I like how you're creative as well. Do you think it's got something to do with the workplace? And because you do see so many different types of offices, do you feel like that affects you outside?
It does. It certainly does. It's kind of... it helps with the work, but it also, because you can't go fully creative in the workplace,
of course,
constraints.
You can let loose outside.
I like to let loose outside of work.
Lots of colours, I bet.
Yes,
I love
very
colours
too.
Yeah, lovely. So, last one. What's the best bit of advice you've ever been given?
Best bit of advice. Many, many years ago, I was still working in hotels. I had just moved to England. And in that particular hotel, we had a sommelier who made it his mission to teach me some new English words and phrases.
Okay.
Most of them I could never repeat in there. Yes. Absolutely not.
They're usually the first words you learn, yes.
But there was one phrase that has stuck with me throughout, and it's so ingrained in how I work and what I do. And the phrase was, we don't have problems, we have challenges and opportunities.
Yes.
And I love that because it takes the whole negativity away from a difficult situation. And also that panic moment takes it away. Yes. And I thrive on challenges and opportunities. That's something positive to me.
Yes.
And that phrase has so ingrained in my mind that I find it really difficult even to say the word problems now.
Yeah.
That's something I try not to do.
Yes.
Whenever I can.
Change the word from problems to challenge. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's become kind of a bit of a motto throughout my career and how I approach difficult situations within the workplace.
That's a really great bit of advice, and one we've not had. So I like that. I like the original ones because then I learn something from it too. But yeah, I love it. I've really enjoyed our chat today, Christine. It's been fantastic, and I'm sure there might be some people that want to reach out to you and on LinkedIn. Is that okay for them to do so?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
And they might want to get a bit more information on what you do and how you do what you do.
Absolutely.
Lovely. Thank you so much again for coming here today.
Thank you for having me again.
Lovely. And that's the end of today's episode of Wear Many Hats. Please do like, share and forward on Christine's episode to anyone that's wanting to get into the FM or workplace industry. Until next time, take care.